Today I'm talking about the latest FUD happening with KuCoin. This video might surprise you, especially for those of you who stick around to check out my final thoughts at the end of this video. But before we get into it, I encourage you guys to please hit the like button and hit subscribe if you haven't already. We put out videos every day. Also, there's a really cool link for the CT Club down below in the video description. That's where we tell our members everything that we're doing with our cryptocurrencies during this bear market and how we're planning to prepare for the bull run soon enough coming up in the future. So what's happening with KuCoin? As with basically every single centralized platform functioning in cryptocurrencies in the year 2022, KuCoin was attacked or having some events of FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, being put forth by one particular Twitter account. I'm not going to name names. I don't need to give any kind of attention to that account. But basically, they were accusing KuCoin of having exposure to Three Arrows Capital and the downfall and the bankruptcy resulting in that debacle, saying basically that KuCoin would be the next to fall and maybe declare bankruptcy or just go out of business or run out of money, what have you. KuCoin has made a couple blog posts, a couple tweets talking about how they don't normally address FUD, again, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and they just kind of let it fizzle out. But this one was a stickler, I guess, or really got under their skin to the point where KuCoin has announced that they will be launching an anti-FUD fund. Before I get into that, I think the maximum amount of scrutiny should be paid to any centralized platform that is trying to be a third party between you and the ownership of your cryptocurrencies. Scrutinize the crap out of those platforms and don't get too comfortable getting used to having someone else manage your cryptos. Take ownership over them, store them in a hardware wallet. I do lots of tutorial videos on that. That's what this channel is all about. But let's get into some of the questions that come to my mind. First of all, when I hear of a centralized platform starting an anti-FUD fund that was obviously inspired by FUD that was spread about their own platform. Number one, is this anti-FUD fund going to be addressing other platforms, or is it only their own perception that they're trying to protect? Like they said before, they previously don't normally address FUD. Well, with this fund, ironically or inadvertently, spread more awareness, shed more light onto and breathe life into the FUD, and spread it actually instead of combating it like they're planning. I'm really curious to see how this fund progresses and if it actually comes to fruition, because I'd love to know how they plan to combat FUD without encroaching on the freedom of speech. Because please don't forget that no one wanted to believe the FUD about Anchor Protocol and UST. No one wanted to believe the FUD about Celsius and Alex Mashinsky and what was happening with that centralized lending platform. But guess what? That FUD wasn't FUD. It was legitimate red flags that people were trying to air out, and the owners of those centralized platforms were trying their best to snuff out and call it FUD and try to beat it down so that more people wouldn't actually believe it and they could keep on going with their profit-making schemes. In fact, I'm pretty sure Alex Mashinsky and Do Kwon would have loved it to have had this idea while they still were running and in business to launch an anti-FUD campaign, because they had so much FUD coming out against them. So tread carefully, KuCoin. That's all I'm saying here. Now, as I say all of that, I do need to say this. I am optimistic about anyone trying to bring education to those who are trying to learn about cryptocurrencies, trying to avoid scams, avoid being misled and finding misinformation. So because I said before, I am very curious how this is going to play out, how they plan to implement this. Is it going to be a very educational, non-biased, open, kind of generalized way guiding people on how to find legitimate information on cryptocurrencies, their projects, their founders, what's really happening behind closed doors, or what's happening on the blockchain? I would love to see that coming out of KuCoin, but I'll be keeping my eye on this one for sure. But before I end this, here is my, I don't know, you'll let me know in the comments how you feel if you disagree with me. This is my opinion, but that is FUD is actually good to an extent, because what does FUD do? Number one, it keeps you on your toes. It keeps you from getting too comfortable with third parties interacting and being the middleman between you and your cryptocurrencies. It keeps you skeptical of anyone trying to tell you to trust them. So for me, FUD also inspires, you know, it probably inspires anyone to a certain extent to do their own research, to wonder, oh my gosh, is that really happening? And then it creates a little spark. And for those of you who, you know, really take that idea and run, you learn very quickly how to do your own research, how to decipher between fake news and a real red flag. Because of, you know, if like there's 50% FUD, 50% of it is fake, and 50% of it is legitimate red flags that people are trying to announce and bring to the public's attention, I think it is well worth it. Bring on the other misinformation. Keep us skeptical, because in the long run, the BS will fade away, and what we'll be left with is a more intelligent, intuitive investor and participants in cryptocurrencies. Furthermore, and here's the cherry on top, right? Gotta love a free market, is that if a FUD campaign or a FUD tweet or a FUD account on Twitter or anyone on YouTube, whatever, is out to get a platform and they're trying to spread misinformation about it, if that misinformation is enough to take down your platform, to really hurt you, then your platform must be running on fumes. And honestly, if it fails because of FUD, maybe good riddance, maybe it should fail and it's not nearly as robust as it could be. And that's something that whoever is running that platform should definitely be paying attention to. That's my last rant there and my little opinion on FUD. But that's gonna wrap it up today, guys. We'll see you again real soon, tomorrow in fact. I hope you guys are staying happy and healthy. I'll see you later.